It is Friday, the 21st of November, 2025, and these are your news headlines. In Charlotte, North Carolina, more than 250 people have been arrested under President Donald Trump's latest crackdown on undocumented immigration. Federal officials say those detained in Operation Charlotte's Web include gang members and individuals convicted of crimes ranging from assault on law enforcement to theft. But state leaders have accused agents of racial profiling, with Governor Josh Stein warning this is not making us safer. Charlotte's Mayor V. Lyles urged federal agents to respect the city's values and reassured residents that your city stands with you. Meanwhile, in Washington, the Department of Justice and FBI have opened probes into Trump officials accused of interfering with investigations. Prosecutors have issued subpoenas and scheduled interviews, warning that partisan conduct may have jeopardized ongoing criminal cases. At the same time, President Trump has signed a bill directing the Justice Department to release unclassified Jeffrey Epstein files within 30 days. The measure passed Congress with overwhelming bipartisan support, and Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed victims' identities will be protected. Meanwhile, in the UK, at Warwick Crown Court, an Afghan migrant, 23-year-old Ahmad Mulakil, admitted raping a child under 13. He appeared alongside fellow Afghan national Mohammed Kabir, who continues to deny related charges. The case has already fueled anti-migrant protests in Nuneaton, where demonstrators clashed with counter-protesters earlier this year. Both men remain in custody, with further directions due in December and a full trial scheduled for January. Immigration policy itself is under pressure. Vigilantes have launched Operation Stop the Boats, filming themselves slashing small vessels before they can be used to cross the Channel from France. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood has unveiled reforms, including plans to phase asylum seekers to encourage voluntary return, arguing the system is out of control and unfair. Critics say the policy risks targeting vulnerable families, while ministers insist it will ease pressure on taxpayers. Justice reform has also dominated the headlines. Ministers plan to scrap the right to trial by jury for thousands of cases to tackle the record backlog of nearly 80,000 Crown Court cases. Courts Minister Sarah Sackman said the changes will stop offenders from gaming the system, while Justice Secretary David Lammy insisted bold reform is needed to deliver swifter justice. Juries will be reserved for the most serious offences, with early guilty pleas earning sentence discounts. The Criminal Bar Association has warned the move undermines a fundamental principle of British justice. And the COVID inquiry has delivered a damning verdict on Boris Johnson's leadership during the pandemic. Chair Baroness Heather Hallett concluded that the UK and devolved government responded too little too late, with modelling suggesting an earlier lockdown could have saved approximately 23,000 lives. The report criticised Johnson's chaotic culture, Dominic Cummings' destabilising influence, and the use of WhatsApp for key decisions. Bereaved families said the findings were vindicating but devastating, while Prime Minister Keir Starmer promised to carefully consider the 19 recommendations from the inquiry. New Zealand has announced it will ban new prescriptions of puberty blocking drugs for transgender adolescents from December the 19th. Health Minister Simeon Brown said the decision followed a review finding a lack of high-quality evidence on benefits or risks. Critics warn the move will worsen mental health outcomes for transgender youth. Elizabeth McElroy sorry, of the Professional Association for Transgender Health said the ban will lead to worsening mental health, increased ending of life, and dysphoria. Opposition MPs accused the government of importing culture wars, while the Green Party said ministers should focus on fixing the health system rather than targeting trans people. Those are your headlines for today, Friday, 21st November 2025. I am going to go and put my teeth back in because clearly they're not working. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and join me over here on my channel some point tomorrow evening for our weekly edition of The Tangent. Any suggestions for any topics to cover, please let me know. All my details are below. You can my social media. Come follow me on Substack. Otherwise, that's it.